Yes, y'all. It's AOT2 in the house. I am Tayo, co-host of 234 Essential. If you don't know that by now, then you don't know anything. I'm very sorry. And my lovely co-host is here with me.
Love it. Hey guys, it's Ugochi. What's happening? I got this energy started with today. I love it. It's like yo.
We
Giving
thank God.
MC vibes. I love it.
We thank God. Yes,
Let's go.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for sticking with us, hanging with us so far. 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, and 2020. In case you don't know, that's how long we've been. Over 200 episodes in the tank. And if you ever feel like binge listening, it's available anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Yeah. And if you're just joining us for the first time, this is the podcast 234 Essential is the podcast that helps you break down Nigerian life, helps you navigate how to survive, how to thrive in this great country of ours, in this challenging country of ours, in this fascinating country of ours, in this funny country of ours. At the end of the day, if you're a long-time listener, you know the drill by now. If you want to send us fan mail, please send us fan mail at 234essential.com, which is a must, because you guys have not. Naipost said every time I've seen a Naipost man, he says, "Oh God, there's no letter for you people." Is that Naipost is lying, or you people are not doing your job? And since this Naipost man cannot lie, I'm begging you, please, I'm pleading, send us fan mail. Also, send us something called release therapy, where you give us, you share the affairs of your heart or the affairs of your body, anyone. I would try our possible best to give you our, I won't say it's professional advice, but I would say is friendly advice at the end of the day. Yes, but please don't take our advice to the bank and don't take it to the clinic. Or else, NAFDAC, that's arresting everybody now, will arrest you. And so don't lead them to our podcast. I beg in the name of God. Yes, I will japa. Cotonou is still there. From Cotonou, we go japa go America and another place. Thank you very much.
Oh my word. Please, can you guys send us fan mail though? Like that's actually this is a legit plea. And if you don't send us fan mail, we'll jack your shit. I'm telling you. You know
And
the
you,
way
s-
you
and you
understand?
see also on Insta blog Niger, jacking people
I
shit.
beg, I don't want to be there by any means or form or manner. I don't even want to be. But you know what? God forbid that such an event happens. No comments. There's
Amen.
nothing to say about
It
that.
wasn't me. You see, yeah. Now,
You
yeah. You see, the way
understand?
AI is doing these days, it's not me.
Listen, please, you guys send us fan mail. We're actually pleading. Can you hear the crowd? They're shouting. We're begging. Send us fan mail. I want to hear from you guys. Also, just in the spirit of this introduction, because I has done it so seamlessly, I need to get on that bandwagon. Please, there's something in our show notes. It's a link. You click toggle, you donate to the podcast. It's that easy. I don't think it's a crazy ass step. Because you like it. And if you like something, you splurge on it. Do you get what I mean? So like
Yep.
splurge on us. Please show us love.
Yeah.
Yes, please donate to 234 Essential. Also follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcast. We have exciting things coming up for you this year, and we don't want you guys to miss a bit. Yeah, also subscribe to our newsletters. Very, very important. Subscribe to our newsletters. Very soon there'll be mail in your mailboxes. Let's go. Yeah.
If you can donate to VDM and other lesser creatures of the
Please don't kill me.
indespeakables that we shall not that the League of Indespeakables that we should not mention, then who are we? Please, at the end of the day, if you are still donating to your church, who is doing decking after 40 years, that building is they're still on decking level, then who are we? A little dollars here, a little pounds here, a little bit naira here, and we are good. We are good. Anywho, let's get the ball rolling. How do we even start this before? I can't remember again.
Let's just really start don't I feel like when we try to think truly and truly of the flow
Yeah.
sometimes it could just be like daunting.
It gets lost. It gets
What I
lost in the
mean?
sauce. Yeah, I
You
get it.
know, the spontaneity of the podcast is probably it's part of the beauty of it. So you know what? Kick it off from anywhere. That's where we're starting from now.
All right. Since you people decided not to give us fan mail because your fingers are heavy, yeah, there will be no fan mail this week. Sorry for the first time listeners. You don't get the chance to read our lovely fan mails. But I read the article sent in by one of our listeners, one of the members of the tribe last
Yep.
week, I believe. And not
2 weeks
bad.
ago.
2 weeks ago, actually. Very lengthy article. It's on the Substack, but very, very nice. I like the way he started off with, oh, this is the
Mm-hmm.
primary school article. Then he delves
Mm.
into the state of affairs of Nigeria, 36 states, 36 peoples, and the ones he considers his tribe, and the ones who he hates, Abuja, Lagos, and Kaduna, I think. I don't know why he's
Mm.
beefing those three at the end of the day. And he also made very colorful metaphors, about other states in the country. Actually, not bad. You they try. You they try. That could be a very nice film or stage play at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
These are the writers that we need, not the writers that are on YouTube telling us that Uche Montana's husband went to work. So for the next 40 minutes, we'll now see Uche Montana cleaning the house, dressing, singing, and eating.
Oh, these are scripts. Like these are movies. This like
But you
oh,
can't
I
use
thought
40 minutes. You can't use
mm,
40 minutes to show us somebody that is dressing at home, eating. No, come on. No, come on.
I
I
think that has
beg.
always been how Nigerian movies have shot or.
Unfortunately, I remember old Nigerian movies, especially when they're
Mm-hmm.
in the nightclub. Oh my
Mm.
lord. That nightclub, they'll play the
Excessively
whole album.
length.
They will play the whole fucking. They will play at
Do
least
you
three or
get?
four tracks. And it's not as if they are cutting, no. They are playing the full thing. Now, the worst thing is that the songs they were dancing to in that scene when they're shooting it are not the songs you are
Mm.
listening to. So they are so off sync. And you will be there
Of
for like 5 minutes
everything.
and like, why? But why? This thing doesn't last more than 10 seconds. Why are you torturing me, please? You know.
Listen,
I think we are back to our bad old days in Hollywood. If you go to YouTube.
I feel like even in the ones that hit the streaming platforms, some of them
Oh,
I can't say all because I haven't watched all, but like some of them, they always have those lengthy scenes that could actually not like is if it didn't happen, itself, it would have been okay. It could have been a
I,
conversation.
I know a few examples, but I won't mention
Mm-hmm.
them. Because now
Do you
the
understand?
now the industry where I won't enter before they go and cut my leg. The people in Hollywood are more vindictive than the people in music. So I don't play around.
Please don't kill me.
Do not play around. That's all I can tell
Whatever,
you.
you know what? The truth is that if we keep nitpicking like that, self even, it just sort of takes away from the flair of the movie or something. If it's not your type of movie, just don't watch it.
Now,
So
only
that
speak because I
mm.
am using my money. I'm using. See, MTN have increased data now. Please. So
I
any
was trying to
rubbish.
give you soft landing. I don't even know
So
where do you
any
want to
rubbish
stay
I
so that I know
see,
how to support you.
any rubbish I see, I tap. 15 minutes, 30 seconds. There's a 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45. As it decrease like that, please. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of why we are here. Don't be showing me drone shots for like 5 minutes. I know we're on the island. I can see we're on the island. Thank you
You
very
cannot
much.
know. You might not know. You know,
Then,
you probably
that,
might not know. They have
then
to
that's
show you the bridge.
bad directing and bad editing at the end of the day. At the end of the day.
See, I don't even want to. I don't want to criticize anything in Nigeria today. I have a headache.
No,
Thank you very
sorry.
much for asking me how I'm feeling from last
Oh,
week.
sorry, no
God
verse.
bless you. No,
You
no,
said
God bless
you
you.
said we should
No, no,
freestyle.
no.
We've not even
I
gotten
say,
to how was your week here too.
I
You said
say,
we
no,
should
it's not.
freestyle.
It's not
This
about
is what they
that.
call top spin. Top spin.
So in the
Go just the
in the last episodes, I was coughing and dragging my nose. And you
know
were
the guy from
so
school.
you didn't even ask me that during
Nigerians
the
know the
course of the Ugochi, say you have
Nigerians know the
survived. Nothing.
Nigerians know the guy from cold.
Wow. Wow, that's what you
Look
think.
at Ugochi. Somebody, this is somebody that on
Hell,
Monday I saw 15 messages from. Brrr, before I could even respond to one, I'll say please. I'll just say please. I'm in a meeting. I'll get back to you. And then please count that. At that point, you're hale and hearty. The Lord
no,
have
I
used you.
wasn't. I promise you, I struggled for my life. God
Nah,
forbid, in the name of Jesus, I shall not struggle for my life. I am
you're
filled
not the
with
Pope,
life and
please.
vigor.
You're not the Pope. You're not struggling for your life, please.
See,
Thank you.
my warmth and love goes to the Pope. He's going to see. As much as I know, did you say that's it in any spite, but like prayers for the Pope, guys.
The prayers for the
That's it.
guy.
Prayers
Let's
for the
pray.
Pope.
Because
He's
some people for them they want the move to go conclave. They want to be doing conclave already now. So yeah,
please
just
don't
heading to
kill
the
me.
Vatican. Vatican.
I saw one post where he says where I think he said that he's not sure he's going to make it this time around, but you know what? There's nothing God cannot do. People
Yeah,
in
they say
good
it's in
health.
stable. They say it's in stable condition, even though his condition still remains critical. But they
Exactly.
said he did mass. He observed mass. He observes mass with the people in the hospital.
He's the spiritual father of the church. Of course he
Yeah, and
observes mass.
he called a priest somewhere in the
Mm-hmm.
remote part of the this thing. I sent him a video prayer and also that. So the man is on his job. So look, when you're the Pope, man, you know the kind of bonus you get, quarterly bonus you get
Oh my
from God
God.
and church. You have to be
I know
working
that's not
24/7.
true.
There's no way.
I stand
If
here
I
to
wear
correct that.
if I wear Prada
No.
slippers too, if I wear Prada slippers every day too, I'm like, bro, I'm working 24/7. I'm not like Nigerian politicians that go MIA.
Have you ever met a priest before? Have you ever been with a priest? Have you been to a Catholic mass before?
I've been to a Catholic wedding, and
No, a
it's not the most
mass, not.
memorable. No, no, I haven't. I haven't.
You know what? We need to make it a you cannot we you know at this point now we need to be experiencing
But
stuff.
it is long
So
now. It is long.
it's
That's
not
not
long. That's not true. The mass
how many
stays
hours.
literally what? Let me tell
How
you.
is how many?
Let
Just
me give you.
okay. How
Let
long?
me not
How long?
argue. Let me not argue.
Okay, how many minutes?
The
Let me know.
normal a normal mass runs for less than 30 minutes on a good day.
Oh, that is man. That's what we're talking about. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
I go if I
That is.
miss it's 7 a.m. mass, I
Mm,
don't sometimes I'm God please forgive me. And nobody should attack me, right? Once I miss the 7 a.m. mass, I don't want to go to church physically again because it's
I have
literally
another
one
important question.
hour
I have another
tops.
important
Yeah.
question, and this is the
Le-
one that will break the camel's back.
Let me hear it.
I hope they don't say, please, first timer should stand up.
Oh no. First time
Okay,
I should
good.
do what? Stand
See,
up
you
to
see,
where?
Catholic 2, Pentecostal 0. You see, you people
Please,
now,
what is that the reason you don't
that
go
is the
to
reason.
Pentecostal
They'll
churches?
not say, please, first timer. And somehow people know when you're a first timer, they'll not look at you. Why?
Of course, because the
No.
community of God's people, they have to know that you're a
Although in
newcomer.
Christokote's church, I heard that you're a first timer, they'll give you rice and chicken. So I might be tempted
I
to go
have
to
no idea.
Christokote's church.
But
Yes.
they usually give food now, all these things at these first timers.
Nothing, man. Just maybe they give you Fanta and cake, sha, but I don't know. But no. See, 30 minutes and no first timer. I'm being very inclined. This is a huge selling point. This is what Catholics should be using to sell. Sell
This
to
is
us.
selling points.
They'll be
I'm
telling us that
sorry.
service is 30 minutes, so and there's no first timer. Hey, hey. We will not be looking at there's some churches I've been to 3 hours. Pastor is say, so for my last point before I step down,
No.
no, Pastor, please, football goes soon happen. Super Eagles
Uh,
go soon play. Super Eagles are playing. Please, can we go home?
there, there was one
Hey.
church service I went to in Ajamgbadi. Shout out to Ajamgbadi. Omo, the church went there by 8 a.m. 8 like that means we left the service was to start by 8 a.m. That means
Mhm.
we left the house before 8 a.m., right?
Yeah.
We got there. We left that church that day by
Mm-hmm.
6 in the evening. 5,
Mm.
6.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I
Ah,
don't think Jesus prayed. Even when Jesus was in the garden and saying, please let this cup pass over me. I don't think it was that long.
when guys they sleep for outside.
I don't think it was that long. I was at a vigil once. I was at a
Yeah.
vigil once, 12 to 6. The guy did not stop. 12 to 6. They go.
Um,
That's 6 hours. No.
but it was praying and preaching, Sha.
It's really a vigil, but bro. Vigil knows what's the
I,
are we what,
I
why
say,
are we opening our eye? Is there this is not the days of Egypt where the angel of death was passing and people had to lock their window and everything. I beg.
so typically you don't go for video. This is what you're saying.
Eh? Would like even the crossover service. Along once they say Happy New Year, 12 o'clock, we've crossed over. Abi. I beg, I beg, I beg. My Christianity is soft touch. You know, Jesus has paid for all our sins, all the hard work. We know so they do hard work again. That's what they do hard work again. Everything should be
Jesus.
soft. Everything should be soft.
Well,
30 minutes, one service. Maybe they go. You don't
to
do.
everybody in their own mode of worship for real. I think that's what I've come
You
to
know the
understand.
worst one?
Everybody, tell me.
When we used to go to White Garment Church. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
Lord. Service will start like around 10 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
12 a.m., 12 p.m. is the major. That one is prayer. You must observe prayer.
By 12
Then,
noon.
like 12 noon. So,
Okay.
after 12 noon, they might not continue preaching again, which I never do understood the preaching in CNS. I don't know which kind of
Mm-hmm.
preaching they do in CNS.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it is time of the year when they do harvests, oh
Mm.
my, or Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So, CNS movement, I think, okay, I don't know, it's called CNS movement because there are different factions of
Mm-hmm.
CNS.
Mm-hmm.
They have something like
Really? I
Groups.
didn't know that.
Oh yes, when the person founder died, everybody split. So the CNS movement, the CNS worldwide, the CNS
Aha.
internal sacred membership, something
Wow.
something. Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
they have like groups in the church, male groups
Mm-hmm.
and female groups named after
Mm.
characters in the Bible or
Mm-hmm.
words in the
Mm-hmm.
Bible. So you can go
Mm-hmm.
to CNS in Yaba now, which was
Mm.
formerly the headquarters, and you
Mm.
hear, oh, this week, Queen Esther band want
Mm.
to do Thanksgiving, or Queen Rhoda. Then from now,
Mm.
get something like somewhere. So
Mm.
they had like, so women and
Amazing.
men had like 10 each or so. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is the jerk. This is how shows that Christianity is very funny across different
Please
sects.
don't kill me.
Your band will raise money for the church.
Mm.
So it now
Mm.
became a thing of everybody trying to outdo each other. So this week,
Normal
Kisolo
now.
will say, "Oh, we raised 10 million naira for the church. That 10 million
Mm.
naira, 8 million
Has
of
to
it
be
is
topped.
is promissory note. Oh. Promissory
Ah.
notes. We will pay. You know those envelope where people will sign and say,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
"Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as if it's physical cash. It is
Of course
promissory
not.
notes."
Sometimes.
So when this band has said down is 10 million, that means next week the next band they have to hustle for like 15 million. They to go and do
Mm.
promissory notes. They to now, and this will run for like 3 months in the church. And you
Mm.
wear,
Wow.
and the house is more than the normal white garment. Oh. So
Mm.
when you're doing like your Thanksgiving, there is that
Mm-hmm.
uniform you wear. It's designed like a white garment, but it's not white.
What is
Some
it?
very colorful. The women's one were very, very colorful. When you have Queen Esther, Queen Sheba, something band. There
So
was
the
one year they
vest
now
is not
said
white. That one.
it's not white. So
Okay.
there was one year they now said they want to introduce for kids. So I was in somewhere band. I think my sister was in Mata band. I'd be something. I can't even remember what.
Mm-hmm.
And they expected us teenagers to be raising money. I was looking at it like, where do you want me to go and get money for? Are you people high? I
And
beg, I
your
beg. I said,
uncles now and your aunties.
my biggest headache right now is to pass midterm exam. They are telling me about money. Get
Please
the
don't
fuck out of
kill
here.
me. This
But
is why sales is not for you.
each band will have a patron. That's the person that will be like, okay, you drop the highest money. So that person will be like the
Mm.
patron or the matron. Yeah.
Mm.
And it was just a whole festive. And you just the service will not drag to like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Like, why?
Interesting.
Why? God will not
I
help with that.
was,
Somebody will not catch the Holy Spirit doing service. Oh, God, have mercy.
then what happens?
And they deem it fit that that person will come to the altar and that will translate what the person is saying. The speaking in tongues. And the speaking in
Mm.
tongues in CNS is not your normal speaking in tongues. Oh. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
it's not the Pentecostal robo. This one is
Mm.
like incantation and singing.
What is this?
And it's like
Explain.
incantation and singing, but in a
How do
different
you
language you've
mean?
never heard before. It's very melodic, right? Then
Interesting.
there is somebody that will translate what she's saying.
There's somebody there that hears what she's saying
There,
too,
so
or he's saying.
there's a
Okay.
gift of going into trance and there's a gift of interpretation separately.
Hmm.
And back then
Mado.
they'll tell us that some people have entered trance for like 7 days before, 30 days. I'm
It's
like,
true. I've heard this one.
I said, now wow.
I've
Then they
heard
also
this
have
before.
sometimes you want to do special prayers. You go to the mountain top. They have mountain tops, select mountain tops. Or in every CNS, there
Wow.
is like a water reservoir. So the one in Yaba,
Right.
where the church, where the children's church was, at the
Okay.
back, even in that same hall at the back, is like a small swimming pool. And you see the water
Wow.
there. They say it's holy water. And they come and
So
use
what
it
will
to
you do there?
people scoop water out there and pray with it.
Okay.
Or
Did they drink
they
it?
just pour it in 5 liters for you and say you go and drink it at home. Like every three, it's like
I
it's
love
not like
it.
medicine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was wild, man. When you smell the incense, self, you feel high. The incense where
No
they use
incense. I love
pot.
incense.
Uh-huh. They say they are chasing spirit. I said, even human being go wrong. This smell self it's like holy ganja.
Please don't kill me. I actually love
Yeah, and men and
the
women
smell of
sit separately.
incense.
Men and women sit separately, sir.
That's like the mosque
Yes, or like Latter Day Saints. It's like that too.
as well.
Yeah, Latter Day Saints they are separated. They don't sit together.
Interesting.
Yes, yes, yes. It was
Uh-huh.
wild. But the thing was
You
that
know that.
the thing was that as Pentecostalism started to really trend from the mid 90s, a lot of young people and young families were no longer going to CNS. So
Mm-hmm.
you just go to church on Sunday and just see empty seats. People were going to
Why was this
redeem.
though?
Yeah, because Pentecostal was not raining, so people are not going to redeem, deeper
So it's
life.
raining.
Yes, we not now then get the new jet. Now then get the new sauce now.
Oh
Now
my
then get the new
word.
songs. But don't get it twisted. There
I
are a lot of
get you.
white garment churches that are still very active, and they have high
Oh
profile
yeah.
all across the nation.
You know that this is my first time of hearing about what happens in CNS or white garment
Oh,
churches. I
for
don't
real?
know. I just
Oh,
know
for
they
real?
wear white garments. They walk on their feet with their bare feet
Yeah, you
everywhere.
can't
And that's
enter. You
it.
can't enter. No, you can wear outside, but some people just choose that. Okay, since they're going to church, they just want to.
Yeah, they just
But we back then we wear our slippers so inside the popsies car. Then when we get down, when we park, we now just
interesting.
just walk to the church. Or there's even a place in the church where you can drop your shoes, and those are mostly for like
Mm,
visitors and stuff like that. Anyway, sure. Yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
I think
But
the
CNS is
close
always located around the water body for some reason. I don't know if that applies to Sele too, but
wait,
it's always
CNS is different from Celeb. This is
oh
right.
Celestial Church of Christ is different from CNS. They are two different. They're not even related at all. The only thing that makes them related is white garments. But apart from that, nothing else.
Have you ever been to a Celeb church before?
I've been to CNS. There's no need.
So if you say that if you say that they're very different, then why do you say there's no need to see what
I
happens
won't say they're
there?
different, but I don't know what they do in Sele. I'm sure there are some things they do in Sele that are different from CNS. That's what I'm saying. They're different anyway.
Okay. I
Yes.
don't know.
People always see Sele as I don't even in CNS it happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Alternative jazz. It looks
Mm.
when we went to that to Randall Museum where
Mm-hmm.
you saw those
Mm-hmm.
colorful candles.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Things begin to get blurred easily. They start calling the name of
Mm.
angels you've never heard before in the Bible, which is a very
Mm.
delicate thing. If people who actually went to theology says you cannot just be randomly calling angels and stuff like that.
Mm.
So you start hearing you just hear different angels. They just be calling different angels. You're like, yo, fam, what is happening here? Where are they? It's only
Interesting.
Michael and Gabriel that we know. Who are these ones that are you people are calling their names anyhow? Yeah, so it could be funny like that, Sha.
Is CNS only in Nigeria or is this a global church?
I believe they have global branches, but it's not as like wide as Anglican Church or Catholics or even a Redeem, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll definitely have some overseas branches, definitely. Because I've seen footages of people dressed in white garments in the UK. So obviously there's
Mm.
going to be like either CNS or
Really?
yeah, yeah. See, yeah, I've seen people. Yeah, I know a
I
couple of
mean,
self that
the
you
UK
see
is
them.
Nigeria annexed at this point.
We know London is the Lagos annex at this
I'm
point, but
telling
yeah,
you. It's
you see white garment churches here and there.
interesting. I've
Yeah,
never heard. The closest I've been to anybody who went to a white garment church or that we've had an interaction. Shout out to my landlady because I know she goes to the church, but I know who my landlady is, right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. So aside her, I think the last time I met someone who that I had close relations with that went to a white garment church. Now I can't tell if it was Sele or CNS now. Was in secondary school, SS1. I can never forget. Her name was Bumi or something. Then she used to go to white garment church. I remember one day she came to school like later in the week, maybe like a Wednesday or a Thursday. And we're like, oh, what
Mm-hmm.
happened to you? Have you been sick? Like you were not in school for so long. And she was like, she was under the anointing
Mm-hmm. They don't disappear.
that yeah, and that she took her to she was in church all through, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what did you say happened to you? And she was like, oh yeah, she fell under the anointing, and that they say she cannot tell anybody about what she saw there because I don't even listen. I for the life of me, all I know was that I was spooked AF, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but this I have
Yeah.
never heard, I
If
have never
she
seen, I don't
if she
understand.
continued, she would have become a prophetess. So they have prophetess. They have a prophet and prophetess.
So not
Prophetess is
everybody
there.
falls under the
No,
anointing.
no,
Specific
no, no, no,
people
no, no,
fall
no,
under the
no, no,
anointing.
no, no. CNS is a higher. It's like bang. Those who are called. Those are the people that see. And there are people who see visions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Interesting.
it's not a universal gift. So don't be for everybody. And don't be for everybody.
Okay. I don't want to. There are two things I want to call us back to. We must talk about. Number one, you did not ask me how I was doing throughout the week because I sent you a message that you
You
should
are
bring
healed
your
in the name of
attention
Jesus.
to something that is good for the both of us. That's number one. Number two, this mocking post by one of the listeners. Finish giving your. Have you finished giving your
Yeah, yeah,
feedback
yeah.
about
Yeah,
it?
I've given my humble feedback.
I think I completely agree with Ayo as well with mocking post because I read it, um, and I like his liking to how primary school is very similar to what we see in Nigeria. You know, liking it, the characters, the individuals, the states, all of that. I loved it. Um, I'll say that maybe reread because there were some errors some in some places of course can be overlooked, but you're keeping it somewhere, and you know what, it shouldn't even be perfect. Let me actually, I take that back, but it was great. I like the beautiful girls, the pageantry beautiful girls, the bullies. He said Imo states were bullies, but it's okay, no hard feelings here. Really loved it. um yeah, I think you should keep writing. You write really nice stories, and just writing about Nigeria as it were in that context, it really just makes sense. It sort of breaks it down for the average person to also understand, I've always said, like, if we start to see Nigeria or liking Nigeria to certain things, maybe we'll probably grow it or structure it better. But hey, what do we know? Well, what do I know? You know.
What do we know last at the end of the day? But keep on writing, Sha. That's how you get better as a writer.
Keep writing, telling
Yeah.
stories, all the
Okay.
stories.
Madam Ugochi, now that you're healed and hearty and the Lord
Please, I
has
beg.
healed
I'm
you.
I'm I'm fighting with you. I don't understand this one. Like, okay, it's because I'm laughing. I didn't want to say anything since I just say let me even wait to
Okay,
see
Ugochi.
whether
How are you? How are you
you
feeling?
will even say, go to, hope this cough did not disturb you, that you are okay. Oh,
See,
do
you
you
know why?
sick?
Because I trust the God I serve. That He
Right,
will heal you. According to His stripes, you are healed in
right,
the name of Jesus.
right,
I look at you
right.
now,
Amen,
bouncing
though.
in the Lord, bouncing in the
Amen.
Lord. Hey, God does not fail. But God does not flip flop.
Whining. See, this washing was 100%. But you know
Hey,
what? I stand firm. Anyway,
okay.
put it at the back of your mind that you should check up on people. That's what I'm trying to say. Check up on me. I wasn't feeling, check up on me.
Yes,
Thanks.
ma'am.
Thank you very much. Hey, what was the remaining question I wanted to ask? Because I had to attack that.
I don't know which question did you want to ask.
You
CNS,
wanted
white
to,
garments.
you wanted to ask me. You said, now that I'm healed and hearty.
Oh yes, another you're hale and hearty. How did you, meander your way through the cough and catarrh and have a productive 7 days?
Is it up to 7 days? It's not up to now. Last week episode came out like a day late.
Okay, 6 days,
2 days
6 days,
late.
6 days.
Excuse me. It got really bad, then it got good. That's what I'll say. With that whole bit, I struggled for a bit, you guys. But thank God for the people for family and the people that checked in on me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I said it again. Uh-huh. Cause
God in a helele,
uh-huh.
God in
It's
a
okay to be
wayao.
petty. But yeah, it was good. I had a good week. Or I've had a good week so far as well this week. I don't know, is it just me, or like when you get to a certain age, you start to hear more of your friends and people around you just falling ill, having
Body,
hospital check-ins.
body no be firewood now.
Do you understand? I'm having
Mm-hmm.
hospital check-ins. Everyone is talking about their diet.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is talking about some level of pain. You know,
You can't eat the way you used to eat when you're young.
you can't do anything the way you used to do it when you were young. That's the
Yeah.
truth.
I
You
don't know
can't.
about all things. I don't know about all things, but I'm just talking about food. On my, by my, for me, sir.
Okay, you know what? The truth is that some things amplify and some things diminish over time, right? Or depending on the person or the individual, right? I'll say that obviously my body has changed from when I was in my 20s till now a lot. Well, not a lot, some ways, now there's this pain these days. The spirit is willing, but the body is just like can you just wait a second? I need to get myself together. You know what I mean? Um, my body doesn't take alcohol the way it used to. That's for sure. Um, there are certain things, you know, before you can eat like recklessly. You just, I didn't eat recklessly in my 20s anyways, but you can just eat something sugary and you know you'll be okay. You just like be up and you just burn it up. Now you get bloated.
Hmm.
Your life
I'll give you
is
I'll give you a personal experience. Just continue.
listen, your life is about to turn on its own if you eat too much rice. It's just like what happened to taking sugar and being okay? I used to be okay having sugar, like, and if you know me, I don't really consume sugar in certain forms, like you know how you put sugar in tea and all. I'm not really a huge fan, but like just generally, just that thing, like everything just changes, you know. But give us this personal experience before I continue with my week. I want to
So you
hear my
see
ears
this
itching.
so you see the sugar thing. I've forgotten the
Mm.
name of this pizza outlet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Domino's. I'm trying
Which
to
one?
remember.
Debonaise?
Is it No, it's not Debonairs. It's not Debonairs.
Is it
Uh
Dodos?
yeah, I think it's Dodo's Pizza, yes.
Or,
So
or
there's a
is it
Dodo's.
Panarottis?
No, 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 it's not any of the
Okay.
fancy ones. It's one of
Okay.
the mass,
Mm-hmm.
mass ones. So
Please
Dodo's
don't
Pizza
kill
is very
me.
close to my office. It's just off. There was this day I was very, very hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be editing like a video. So I when I'm editing like
Mm-hmm.
this, I can go like 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours without eating.
Mm-hmm.
Until my
Mm-hmm.
body starts shaking. So
Wow.
I got to that certain
Terrible.
level. I said, okay, let me go out. Let me just walk down, get me pizza. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was in the pizza shop, I was like, okay, you know what? Give me chicken strips also, and
Mm.
everything.
Mm.
Then they also, the way they do it, where these pizza outlets also have like ice cream outlets within them.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
said,
Mm-hmm.
please give me I think it was Cold Stone. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that big tub of like that big tub, this thing, ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll put
Mm-hmm.
what are those gummy bears there?
Child.
I ate
Jekuje.
every. And this was something I could eat 10 years ago or five
I
years
love
ago.
it.
I ate it as failed. I said, yeah, look at that. Ugochi. The next day,
You suffered.
I heard angels singing. I heard angels singing.
I
Oh,
love it.
my intestines were stretched beyond their
I can
capacity.
imagine.
Since that day, Ugochi, since that day, hello, lo, lo, ay, ay,
Oh,
ay, ay.
I
See,
love
I
it.
went there last week again. I just said, please let me just get pizza, JJ. Even the pizza I took, right, it made my stomach feel funny. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
that brown. I don't know what I used to cook there. Because when I go to
Mm-hmm.
Domino's and I take like chocolate bread or chocolate bread cheese and stuff like that, no
Mm-hmm.
wahala. I even bought ice cream recently, no wahala. But for some reason, that place, hey,
It
what
has its
has done for
it has its
me.
things.
Yeah, it has its things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel bloated very easily these days. And that one is lack of exercise. Because when you exercise, it helps your stomach walls and stomach this thing. So I've started, running and going on late night walks again. But trust
I
me.
start
Yeah, what do you want to say?
trust you. I want to hear what we should trust you with.
Trust me, man. You can't be doing all those. I eat everything. I eat everything at once at a gulp. Your stomach will feel it. Don't bother
Listen,
yourself.
you can't.
You feel it
You
the
really
next day.
can't.
Nah.
I tell you though, when next you're really hungry like that, like you've gone for a while without eating, just drink tea first. Preferably peppermint tea or something. Just
Ah.
drink tea first.
That place where I did that day, they don't get now Lipton day. Lipton
Drink
tea.
'em. Drink
Okay.
'em. Yeah, you
Okay.
have so that you need to warm up your belly so that you able to eat. One of the reasons you're also bloated after eating. First of all, that you've starved your body for so long and you haven't put anything in it. If you can't drink tea like a maybe like watermelon or something, just so that your body jiggy jiggy what's the word? Like just what's the word?
Realign.
Exactly. Yes, that's a good word. So that your body can just realign again and then you can introduce food into it, you know. Really, that's a terrible feeling.
No,
Being
terrible.
bloated,
And it affects
oopsie.
you when you sleep too,
Do
because
you
you could come
understand?
back. You might want to regurgitate it, and trust me, that's not
See,
that's not really a nice feeling at all.
Every time some women face bloating after their periods, so PMSing symptoms, they are bloated. You guys, my love to you, all women who feel this. Is very disorienting and you're supposed to behave like you're okay, but you're really not okay. But see, if you're listening to this right now, I see you, I love you, you're strong, you can get through this. It's not easy, right? And your body just changes over time. There's certain things that, you know, were probably really normal for you before that probably doesn't feel like normal anymore. However, be kind to yourself through these transitions. Your body will go through more changes. So welcome it. Yeah, just welcome it and love yourself through it because nobody gets it as much as you do. Yeah, my week was great. My week was good. I had one or two squabbles with NEPA.
As
Um,
usual.
guy, this one, it can't be like say I don't know. It was something else. It was the story is so long and I don't even know how it started and how we got to where we were, but it was just ridiculous. But anyway, thank God for everything. We made it through to the other side and got that fixed. Work was great. I had a meeting over the weekend that sort of set the tone for some of the work that I'm doing this week, but of course, still have some carryover or forefront work or more some pressing work that I have to do and I'm still doing. God give me strength. It was a great week. I didn't go to church on Sunday. Really sad about that because I wanted to. I told myself I was going to, but slept really late. Um, what else? What else? Oh, it's been a great week of listening to some podcasts as well. Um, Mel Robbins with the Nuggets always. She was on this episode with Dr. Chatterjee of Feel Better, Live More. I love that podcast. Anyway, it was such an insightful conversation. If you know that you struggle with what we just talked about right now, getting up and doing things or just growing older, you should definitely listen to that episode. It talks about different things, all of them to make you feel better and live better, literally. The four things you should do every day. So when you wake up, your day should consist of movement, rest, sleep, and food. What you eat is very important. Try to move as much as you can. Try to rest. Some people don't know how to rest. A lot of Nigerians don't know what rest is. We tell ourselves, well, it's a little difficult to also sort of find rest, but you have to be intentional about it. Amanda has this newsletter where she talks about how she slows down in a city as crazy as Lagos. You guys should read that. Life shit, I think that's what it's called. Try to slow down and try to sleep well. If 7.5 hours of sleep is not too shabby. Um, Take care of the body that works the money. Important. But yeah, my week was great. I love you all. Thanks to family and friends. I survived. Peace.
All right. That's
I am
great.
Mr. Ty. How was your week? Tell us about it
My week
in
was cool.
colorful details.
My work was cool, was chilled. Somebody tried to hack my Instagram account briefly,
Ah,
which they did. I also that I was posting crypto. There was a
eh?
crypto post of my Instagram account and there's a crypto story there. I quickly changed my password and everything. That was cool. Unluckily, my LinkedIn has been hacked, and
Jesus.
I'm trying to get it back. I don't know how it happened.
Do you have
Uh,
two FAs?
so the thing is that even with the Instagram hack, the idiot did not change the password. So I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Because I logged in, already in. It didn't log because normally when they hack you, it logs you out because they've changed the password. Because I have two
Yeah.
FA, but this somehow I got access to it, posted what I wanted to post, and I just changed my stuff and deleted all those posts.
Wow.
But for LinkedIn, apparently, iCloud already sent me a message on my email. I didn't see it. I didn't read it.
Hmm.
I just logged on my LinkedIn to check something. And who is this female that is on my account?
Eh?
I just checked my iCloud. I just saw messages that somebody had changed profile, changed name. So I quickly went to the part where it said, if your account has been hacked, just send the report. It did. So that has logged me out. It's
Wow.
not asking me for a bunch of things, which I even need to get safe. But at least At least they know that's been hacked. And the
Oh
person was
shit.
just messaging random men. I'm sure
Eh?
the person wanted to just random white men. And the person I'm sure he wanted to ask money. So what I was doing was that I could access the mail too because it
Yeah,
didn't log me out. And I was
that is
replying to those
wild.
men as that woman and look, this account has been compromised, so and so. Stop chatting to this with this account for now. Yeah,
Wow.
that's how my week has been. What else again
Jesus.
has happened? I went to Eco Hotel for a meeting. Eco Signature, by the way, not okay. Eco
Ooh.
Hotel is the
Mm-hmm.
mainland version. I went to Eco
Please
Signature.
tell me.
Yeah, I went there for a meeting. I went to go and eat food. Saw the bunch.
Nice.
Yeah, saw the bunch. I heard that Olamide was
Ooh.
there also in the building somewhere, but I couldn't see him. And Whiskey, I couldn't see two of them. But all I can say is that there's money in this country. Whenever they tell you there's no money, there's money in this country. Because just in all those cars parked, inside the hotel, bruh, bruh.
Money day to
Yeah.
Lagos.
Money day for
Money
Lagos
day to
at the
Lagos.
end of the day. What
Yep.
else am I doing? I'm preparing to post an article on my newsletter.
Mm.
Is called this Nollywood sexploitation of the 90s and 2000s.
Ooh.
So all of you that watch all those crazy movies back in the 90s and 2000s, this is going to be like a great article for you guys to read or a great essay for you guys to read. What else again happened to me during the week? Did I go out apart from a hotel? Nope. I think that's it basically for now.
Nice.
For now, yes. Thankfully, no more hacking. I think the person also tried to hack
Jesus.
my Facebook, but Facebook was harder to hack.
But
So
is it no meta? Is
so
that
it's
not how it
meta.
works?
So I don't know how it happened. Maybe the person went
Hey.
through my Facebook or something, or maybe Meta noticed the Instagram was hacked and it just shut down my Facebook. Because when I wanted to log on
Wow.
Facebook, told me that yo, there's something wrong with this account. You have to do certain security checks, and I did it. So and I changed the password also. So I'm fine. I'm Gucci.
Wow.
All right.
Let-
I'm
Do you
also
still
reading
use
a book.
Facebook
Sorry,
though?
I have to use Facebook for some most of I just check some things, maybe for if I'm looking for old posts or just want to track somebody
Mm.
down. But it's not as if I'm going
Yeah.
there every day like, yo, what's
Mm.
happening in the world of Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, nobody has
Mm-hmm.
time. People the world has moved
More
on.
people are on Facebook. Oh, what do you mean?
A
Very
lot.
active.
A lot.
Hey,
Facebook is a continent.
my mother
The
is on
news
Facebook.
the news they consume there is different from the news we consume on Twitter or
I
Instagram.
promise you.
They are in their own world. They don't care what's happening with you people at the end of the day.
That's
Um
alternate Nigeria.
Very alternate. That's real Nigeria. Alternate Nigeria is
Fair,
Twitter.
fair.
Real
Truly.
Nigeria is on Facebook and Nairaland.
I
Those are the
agree
two
with you.
places. Nairaland and Facebook. Those are the two places where Nigerians exist in
I
their
completely
totality.
agree.
I'm also reading a book. It's a classic, written, I think, written before independence. It's called.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might know the name. You might know the name, but I don't know it's the book. It's a very
Mm.
popular name. It's called Jaguar Nana, and it was written
Mm.
by Cyprian Ekwensi. It's a story
Okay.
of a commercial sex worker in the 1950s or so who falls in love with a poor teacher, and she, so far in the book, she sponsored him to London to get a degree, UK to get a degree, and she's not like a young
Nice.
commercial sex worker. She's like in her mid 40s, 45,
Mm.
and it's interesting to see that a book so that tackles commercial sex work came out in the 50s or so. And I heard there was backlash from secondary. I heard it was banned in secondary schools, and church organizations didn't like the book at the end of the day. But
Mm-hmm.
still, I'm reading it so far. Yeah, and that's how my week has been.
Amazing. I
Yeah,
love I have we've the popular Cyprian book that we read was Drummer Boy, right? The Drummer Boy.
yeah,
Everyone read Drummer Boy, right?
yes.
I think that's the most popular one, just in case, like,
Everybody read that
interesting.
one now. Everybody read that
Everybody
one.
read the
It was
Drummer
in.
Boy.
It was English. You were forced to read it in English class. You were forced to read
Primary
it.
school,
Yeah, yeah. Primary school
primary
self.
3 or primary 4
Mhm.
was when we read Drummer Boy. Crazy. But
So
that's an
Jaguar
amazing
was published in 1961, not before independence, just after independence.
after independence. Now,
Yes.
wow, this is our independence, God save. How many years after now?
I don't lose count
60.
after I lost count after 40,
4 years.
40.
No, 65 years.
Now look at that.
Yes, 65 years after independence. And how has Nigeria been 65 years
May
after?
we know may we know they go there. May we know they go there.
We go still talk am now when October first come now. Because eh? I just received a notification that we're meant to start recording. That's so funny.
We started already now. That's it's good. It's good.
See, hope let me know insult them before they come for me. But the person knows himself when I say it. Co-pilot is really tripping. Because I don't understand. I realize co-pilot that is doing it at is Microsoft. Both of them or the two of them.
Now
Nobody
then,
should come for
Sabi.
me for real.
Now then, Sabi. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the book I'm
I'm
reading.
really sorry about the hacking on your Kineo. That's
It shocked
wild.
me. It shocked me.
So imagine that they sent the person money now.
Oh, I for don't cry. I for don't
Oga.
cry.
No, that's not something anybody
I
would
even
like.
had to change my Twitter password too because I was not sure where I had been compromised. So I was like, okay,
So
let me just do all
important.
the let me just do all the safety checks at the end of
Routine
the day.
checks.
Yeah, before you know, I'm now person going to start to the post crypto, Bitcoin, Web3 on my accounts. I said no, I
The
beg, I beg.
future.
The future.
Posting the
Also,
future.
I'm still watching The Rookie. The Rookie is very
Has it
interesting.
come out?
Yeah, there's a new season. Come on. Don't you
Oh,
know? Two new
I haven't
characters.
checked. So let me not even lie to you.
Two new rookies. Our most annoying couple has sex
Mm,
on Valentine's Day. I shall date their
thank
body,
God.
so I'm not surprised.
I'm so grateful to God.
The babe said, "Oh, we shouldn't do this." Before you know it, she don't give the guy kiss. I
Right.
said, "He they
But they were
hungry
dating
you."
now.
I'm not saying they're not dating before, but they said they are broken up now. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
something happened to Tim. He had a slight cut at the back of his neck with glass.
Mm,
So she took him
mm,
a hotel room. They're having a
chai.
police ball. So they
Mm.
booked it overnight. So she now said, let me help you treat it. And you know the guy had to remove his shirt. That's all about removing his shirt. The babe just, hey, I said, see
I
you.
love it. No, but
It's
Sim
all
is a hot
now.
show, please. I mean,
If
I
you
don't
see his wife,
understand that they are stop
if
it.
you
I
see his
like
wife,
it.
if you see his wife in real life, Allah, bro. Boy, really on
She's hot,
brand.
hot.
He's really on brand. This guy is really
No,
on
he's
brand.
she hot, yeah,
Yeah.
for
But it's
real.
interesting so far. Yeah, it's very, very
I didn't know.
interesting. Nolan and
I'm
his wife
actually
are having
not.
issues. They're having
Who's that?
issues. Nolan and his wife are having issues.
Oh, perfect couple.
Uh, now
Why?
so, now
You know
so,
they are so perfect, both of them. He's just sweet and she's just so honest and they're just great. Yeah.
mm, now so,
Wow.
now
There's
so.
trouble in paradise.
Real trouble. I'm watching a series that I've watched the season one and season two. It's called White
Mm-hmm.
Lotus. If you
Oh,
guys want to
okay.
watch
I've heard of it.
great acting, not
Mm-hmm.
acting they do in some
Is
countries
it an
where they
Asian
shout.
film?
So it's not. So the
Okay.
premise of the series is this: um, a family and other people go to
Mm-hmm.
White Lotus. White Lotus is like a
Hotel.
franchise hotel located in
Mm-hmm.
different parts of the world. So in
Mm-hmm.
this season one, the White Lotus was in Hawaii. So there's
Mm.
a family that are well to do and
Mm.
a few other characters. And in the season, in all the episodes, their lives begin to unravel, which will
Mm.
end up in the death of one or two of the people in that season.
Mm-hmm.
So the season starts with them identifying a corpse or seeing a corpse. Then
Mm.
the whole series is like a flashback that leads us to where that body eventually, where the body pops up, right? And
Mm.
every season there are different families and different characters. Season two,
Mm-hmm.
they went to White Lotus in, I'm trying to remember where they went to. They went to Italy. So Italy
Okay.
was a different place also. And it was but the same premise. Lives begin to
Mm-hmm.
unravel and there's always the death of a main character. So season three, they're in Bangkok right now. And if you see this lovely
Mm-hmm.
place in Bangkok, the White Lotus in
Love
Bangkok is the
Bangkok.
best.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
inside a forest. It's inside
I
a
can
forest.
just
And
imagine.
it's a apart from being a hotel, it's a wellness treatment
They
establishment.
have a lot of those things in
Yeah,
Bangkok
so when you
or in
come,
Asia.
so when you just come, they say, ah, Ugochi, how are you doing? Tomorrow, this is your trainer. This is the person that's going to take you on therapy, massage. The person
Mm.
greets you, and you are not really allowed to use your phone. You can use your phone, but they don't encourage you to use your phone because they want you
I'm not
to be
using my phone
centered.
for in that sort of place.
They want you to be centered in that place. So there's somebody that will check all your biometrics to say, okay, you are really okay, everything's good with you. You have people doing massage. If you want therapy, a therapy session is there.
I
I'm
feel
in
like I've
episode
watched
two.
this movie,
In episode
this
two,
series.
I'm already seeing red flags. I'm like, yes. Yes, it's going to go down. It's going to. There are a
Please.
few recurring characters who you see from season,
Mm-hmm.
but trust me, man, it is just great. It
I
is
can
great at the end of
imagine.
the day. Yeah.
I can
So
imagine. I feel like I've either watched like an episode or two. I'm not certain.
you've probably watched
Mm,
one or two at the end of the
probably
day.
I have.
Yeah.
I probably have.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I you have a couple things that you had laid out.
What's that? Okay. Like Ugochi said, there are a few things here and there. Now we are going to enter a topic. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, we have to do the honors. Tweet of the week. Yes, and this is from a guy I know. He's a Afrobeats producer, but he's not
Mm,
tweeting anything about Afrobeats. He's actually talking about a situation that all of us have found ourselves in this great country of ours or in this great city of ours. So this is from Freshy Vibes, and he tweets: "They know they save to buy a house. Now once house money they drop, I repeat, they know they save to buy a house. Now once house money they drop, and for you people who don't understand the pidgin English, that you don't save to buy a house. You just buy a house when the money lands, at the end of the day. Which is true, because in Nigeria, where the savings day, there are no savings anywhere at the end of the day. Now you can't even save to buy a car
the
because the price
savings
of
have
cars,
saved you.
prices of the car you want to buy are astronomical. They've gone like times three or times four from 2023 to where we are right now. So is it that you're doing blood money or someone of your family member, one of your family members dies and he puts you in the way and you can cash out. But apart from that, my brother, maybe na gigolo work you go Abuja, go meet some allergies there, do a one or two, come back with one nice car. Apart from that, in this great country of ours, people know they save again to buy car or to rent, even to rent house. Now, when the money show, you make the move at the end of the day, which is bad because there's no savings culture in Nigeria anymore. Everybody's off freestyle and it's inshallah.
Why do you feel like people don't save money? So what are the people using piggy vest and the likes? And don't just say it's just women.
People,
Let no
first of
minus
all, it's just
banter.
women.
Oh.
First of all, it's just
No,
women because
no, and
women,
minus
Nigerian women are
banter.
rich. Nigerian women are
No.
very rich. Trust me. When Piggy Vest has another downtime, just quickly go to Twitter and see the people who are panicking. Who
See,
just see
eh.
the people who are panicking, and you're like, oh, say
So
okay.
that means there's a saving culture. It's just maybe
There's a
so
saving
the
culture,
men are
but
not
people
saving.
people don't save like people save for like real emergencies. But say you want buy car, people know they save for car.
Mm.
Oh, but now when the money
Omo.
enter, you enter. When I
But
hustle
you
one
know,
small money,
say
ladies.
they forget say for this same country they will get some people they very gainfully employed and
Ah,
they legit save for these things. And I say this in their defense because I know a couple of them,
okay,
right?
good for
There
them.
are people who
They are one of the few endangered species in this country of ours.
some people really some and there are people working foreign gigs in Nigeria now.
Yeah, we're not
Big.
arguing, but I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to like the larger scale, because they are
Of
the
course.
minority. Yes, I
See,
am because
the minority is not even eating in that case because food is even as common
uh
as food is expensive.
if house agents tell me
With
say
the
self con at
majority
1.5,
minority.
if as an agent tell me say house self con at 1.5, I go not down for head.
But now everything that they do am now,
They're mad.
Even in Yaba, they are to rent a
Don't
self
worry,
con right now is nothing less than 1.5
they stay
as
under
its
bridge.
way right
God
now.
day under bridge today. We move. We
See, it's
move.
so wild. But like I get the writer's perspective based off of that. The money that they're calling this real estate is a problem. I've already said this like last week. Is a huge problem. Like, or maybe another thing too. There's house for everybody, but maybe now our eye is big. That's another thing. House there
Uh,
everywhere.
some
Land
of us want to
safe day.
live. Some of us want to live in loft apartments.
Do you understand?
Anyhow,
Now the
yeah,
problem be that.
yeah. Speaking about books, like I said, I read Jaguar Nana. There's a book I have
Mm-hmm.
right now in my custody. Is the most
Mm-hmm.
talked about book in Nigeria. Whether it is fact or fiction, we'll let you know when we do flop of the week. But in
Mm-hmm.
case you don't know, in case you're living under a rock, in case you are part of a sect or cult that lives outside the outskirts of Nigeria, outskirts of what happens in Nigeria, then you
Mm.
wouldn't know that one of Nigeria's most infamous rulers, military rulers, uh, IBB, Babangida no, Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida. I believe that's the way his name is. IBB. Also known
Mm,
as the Evil Genius, also known as Maradona, named after the
mm.
Mercurial player. Released a book, a memoir. That's a very horrible title. Let me just look for the title. The title
The
is
journey
trash.
of
The
the
journey
life
in
journey
self,
of
life
Johnny.
journey service, journey just come,
Yeah.
something, something. So
He's so cute.
it's actually here. Let me just look for
I
it.
am not the Johnny just come. I'm dying.
Wait. It is called
A journey of life or something journey, Sha.
where's the bloody name, self? A Journey in Service, an
Mm-hmm.
autobiography by
Journey
Ibrahim
service.
B. Babangida, with a forward from another infamous Nigerian ruler, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR,
Mm,
Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. Now, I was in my office last week, Wednesday or Thursday. I was chilling, and I got a notification that, all the big wigs in Nigeria are going to attend IBB's book launch. And I thought it was just a normal book
mm,
launch, yada, yada, yada. Then I got, like,
mm,
2 hours later, I got a notification. IBB says, MK Abiola won the June 12, 1993 election. And I was like, wow, this is the first time in this man's career or this man's existence he has actually come out to say this. Now, for all the Gen Zs in the house who don't really understand the importance of that statement, let me take you back in history for a few seconds or for a few minutes. Nigeria was under military rule in the early 90s. IBB had taken over he had orchestrated a coup against he that should not be named, but you should know him by now,
mm,
because he came back again to do another horrible 8 years.
mm,
And during IBB's tenure, he was always promising Nigeria that he will return Nigeria to democratic rule. But he never did that. He was giving false timelines and false dates and false hope.
mm-hmm,
Eventually, he was cornered and he decided that, you know what? Elections will hold on June 12, 1993. And there were two main contenders. There were two main parties. The National Republic Convention, I
candidates.
believe, which
Mm-hmm.
the flag bearer was Tofa
So
of
far.
late now, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Social Democratic Party, the flag bearer was none other than the business tycoon, MK Abiola.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way the election played out, it seemed the military did not underestimated the power and popularity of MK Abiola.
Mm-hmm.
After June 12, 1993 election, which my parents voted for, they voted on that day. I remember that day clearly. The results were trickling in. Now, bear in mind, there was no social media. So now, everything they tell us for television, for newspaper, we did hear. But
Mm-hmm.
according to 27, to the voting count, I think 19 out of the 27 states so far, or something like that, and overwhelming
Mm,
results so far, Abiola had won them. It was heading for a landslide victory. June 12, 1993 has been declared by historians as the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's history. It doesn't mean there
mm,
wasn't election malpractice. They are just saying that in the context of elections we've had in this country, that was the freest and fairest. Now, suddenly, Babangida appears on our TV screens and says the election has been annulled, and he gives it several reasons. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitter, it's on TikTok. You can listen to it.
mm,
And if we are a student of history, him saying that day plunged Nigeria further into 5 years of darkness.
mm-hmm.
Because after he said that, he said he was forced to step aside. So he stepped aside as the military ruler. He now placed an interim government headed by a civilian, Chief Ernest Shonekon, who has also passed away. I think he
Mm-hmm.
died last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Shonekon was a sitting duck for Abacha. Abacha was still in government. Abacha was still in the army. He was a general. I think he was the highest
Mm-hmm.
ranking general. And 6 months after Shonekon's rule, there was a
Allegedly,
palace
I
coup. Allegedly,
before they
please,
come
I
and
beg.
arrest me, are you
I
here?
beg, go
Please, I
beg.
beg.
I know if you sleep for Ikoyi. I beg in the name of God.
Mm-hmm.
Abacha takes over, and if you don't know what happened with Abacha, just know it was the darkest 5 years of life in Nigeria. People were missing. People were snuffed. People were killed in front of their homes. People entered prison and never came out. You know.
Oh God.
Now, IBB saying that was a shock, but was not a positive shock, because a lot of people, including myself, said, "Oh, finally, you've come out to say the most obvious thing in Nigerian history ever. Everybody
Mm,
knows." I mean, somebody awarded, I don't know if it was Buhari or Tinubu that
mm,
awarded MKO posthumously the Grand Commander
mm,
of Niger, which
mm.
is an
Oh, yeah,
which is a
exactly.
title you only give to head of state or presidents,
Mm,
thereby implying that MKO should be regarded as a former head of state, which is now
mm-hmm.
what a lot of people are now saying, that officially he should be regarded as a Nigerian president who never got to
Mm-hmm.
serve. But anyway, you know, um, also IBB said it was not his fault, that it was Abacha-led forces that led him to make that annulment. All I can
Yes.
say is that in Yoruba people have been saying that you do not shave a man's head in his absence.
Mm,
Uh,
exactly.
exactly. I believe that IBB is doing all this, all the statements he made in that book, him saying 1996 coup was not an Igbo coup, something that we all
Mm.
know in Nigeria already, stating the obvious. Him saying that, I think he has looked far and wide. He has looked at his life, and if you notice, if you saw the footage of the book launch, you will see that this is not the smiley, smiling, handsome general we once knew. Age has taken
Mm.
his toll. And I think
Mm-hmm.
he's now aware of the legacy he wants to leave behind and the
Mm.
posterity. So he's now bringing alternative facts to the story
Exactly.
and laying claim on people who are not alive
Already
to,
dead.
to defend themselves. I'm not saying Abacha is a saint, but
Of
bruh,
course not.
at the end of the day. And a lot of Basbos has appeared a lot of people have cleared him. It's not the hurrah that people think he said it will be.
Mm.
And this has led me to a question. So we're not talking about IBB's book because we know IBB's book is trash. Anyway, first of all, it's 440
We'll still
pages
read
long.
it, child.
I'm reading it. It's
Mm.
440 pages long. You cannot tell me IBB, a man that has been involved in all the coups in Nigeria except the first one, down
Mm-hmm.
to the one that became head of state. You cannot tell me
Mm.
your life. You can summarize your life in 440 pages.
Not
Something
possible.
is a lot of things. I mean, your book should be at least 4,000 pages, volume one, then two
Exactly.
and three too.
This is volume
But
one.
anyway, I have two quick questions to ask. If you are to write a book about a landmark Nigerian event, what will it be, Ugochi? Like a landmark event, like you really want to bare your soul and write a book about it. What landmark
Mm.
Nigerian event would that be?
Ah, now that I think about it, it's can it be more than one book?
No, you just have to pick one. That is why it's a question. Just pick the
Okay.
one.
Um, I won't state the obvious thing, which of course wasn't the first thing I thought
I wanted to
about
put
when
it there
I.
that please do not that nobody should mention that because it's going to be obvious. But
Yeah,
just
it's good. Is the obvious thing to talk about, right?
yeah.
Because
Which you
um
can talk about it anyway. You can still talk
yeah,
about it. Yeah.
because it's like it has affected a small group that is a majority. That is it's a major tribe, but it's a in terms of states in Nigeria, the eastern states are the fewest, right? As a major player in the Nigerian ethnic space, as it were. Of course, the Biafran War, the Civil War, as they call it, or in my own opinion, the Igbo genocide. But I think that's one book I'll write about. But because of this IBB thing, even though you said one book, but that's one book I write about. I like to write like an article, if I could, on what had happened with maybe because of in the light of all these IBB things that IBB when I heard IBB throughout during the course of the week, I was like, hey, hope say military, the because now so they happen before you know you go the yeah. You understand?
You just
They'll be
hear
using it to touch your mouth small small.
you're gonna hear we're gonna hear one or two things.
Listen, I say God I beg go. Shey no be waiting with the imagine they happen. I hope not. But I think that one thing that would be great to write about would be about that coup where IBB took over and um the hmm let me see, let me think about that very well. Yes, the return of democracy to Nigeria in 1979, because imagine where we would have been if we probably, I'm not saying democracy is the best form of government in Nigeria,
Yeah,
but imagine where we would have been if
yeah,
we didn't have that setback
if
as
they
a
didn't interrupt
country.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, if they didn't interrupt it up until like now, imagine how free thinking Nigerians would have been and not acting on that fear for life or safety. Imagine where we could have gotten to by now. Hopefully, anyway, that these are hope is a hopeful thought, because looking at us in 2025 and the kind of decisions we're making, it leaves a lot to wonder. But that I would have liked to see what that would have looked like if our parents had the chance to run a proper democracy pre the millennium, what would that have looked like, for us today? I think
Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
yeah. What would be yours?
Mine would be the events that led to Abacha taking over power and
Hmm.
the 5 years of rule, which,
Mm.
like I said, was the darkest period of night to me of my own life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
so imagine the last days of IBB, him trying to
Mm.
quell the forces in the armed forces, and they are like, "Oh, we don't know this MKO guy," and
Mm.
him leaving power, Shonekon, the Abacha taking over,
Mm.
and just that whole brutal era, which now ends with his
Yes.
death and MK Abdullah's death. I think
Mm.
that will be a landmark event for me to write about. I think there
That
are
would
a
be
lot
a
of twists and turns there,
mm-hmm.
things that happened. A lot of characters who are influential today will be in that book. People like Tinubu will definitely be in that book at the end of the day. Buhari, who served under Abacha's regime, will be
Mm-hmm.
will be in
Mm-hmm.
that book, and he served under Abacha to spite IBB. So yeah,
Exactly.
that would be it for me. I think that area is not really covered much. You know, we need those
It's
five
so
years.
great.
Yeah, very very great because I understand people are still scared. A lot of people who were involved in that administration are still alive, so
Exactly.
nobody
Touch
wants
on
to
it.
nobody wants to revive that whole scenario again. But those 5 years or 6 years will be very critical, and how it
Did you see
affected daily Nigerians.
Did you see that clip of the former vice president, talking about that
Which
this
one of
bit
them?
that he just what's that his name now? The one
Oshimbajo.
served with Osibanjo, yes.
Yeah,
Did you see the clip of him talking about when he was telling the story and the Tinubu was laughing when he was trying to talk about Tinubu that after the coup and the dissolution of the Senate,
yeah.
there was one senator that tried to stand up and speak up against the government for the Senate to regroup,
Mm-hmm.
and then he touched on Tinubu's exile it was in the
Yeah.
70s or in the 80s because of
No,
that
in the
action
90s.
in the
Yeah,
90s,
yeah,
because of that action.
yeah.
And then
True.
Tinubu was laughing, and he says today he sits here as the president of Ghana, and everybody was laughing, hey. And I'm just like, depending on how you tell the story, somebody, the bad guy or the good, somebody's child going to be a hero,
A
depending
good
on how you
Netflix series.
tell
A good
tell me
Netflix series.
tell me.
The rise of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. From that
Promise
night,
you.
because at 93, the man already knew he was plotting to become president. There's always
See,
that famous picture of MKO and Abacha, and Tinubu's
yes.
at the back of them. That is a
Listen,
mastermind. That is a mastermind to me. That guy,
No,
yeah.
I want to say that Tinubu has played in Nigerian politics
Hmm.
pre-democracy and democracy, and he
Everything.
has seen. Do you understand? He has seen Nigeria through. He Let us say he was the student of a lot of presidents,
Yes.
and
It's still a
only
lot
God
of,
knows
political styles.
leaders. Let us say
He's
leaders
he's 10
even.
steps ahead of whoever thinks is contending with him. Like
See,
he
he
really is 10 steps ahead.
For real. He has
Yeah.
seen the Nigerian political scene in different lights. He has been opposition and he has been opposed.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. And when I watched that clip, I was just like, man, you really think somebody just becomes, but they've been underground plotting for
For
years.
years and decades.
Long suffering for real. If
Yeah.
he deserves it, I don't know. I
I,
don't That's not a
I believe
conversation
it
I want
is,
us to.
bro. Anybody who at the end of the day, man. Now who win? Now we are looking at it through a moral lens and an
Mm,
ethical lens that, oh no,
mm,
this happened, bro. He won. That is it. Power no
that's
get
it all.
arguments. Power no get debates. Now who win?
Nadia.
Who sits on the throne? Now he be king. No one,
Listen,
nobody wants to know that you are lost stack. Whether you had the chance, but he said no. The throw, no, no,
Kai,
no, 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 no. He who makes
tough
the move
lesson.
wins. Yeah, tough lesson. And I think that
Tough
for
lesson for
Nigerians,
her.
we are always trying to be too clean or too proper,
Moral.
bro, bro. No, no talk about. I know we talk about that. Second question:
Tell
if you could
me.
stop a formative Nigerian event from happening, which would it be?
Mm,
If you
October
could stop a
2020.
formative Nigeria events from happening, which will be? So when I say Nigeria, from 1914 when we amalgamated to
Mm,
2020, any time, which
I've already
formative
chosen.
events? Oh, answers for real?
Yes, answers. Yes.
Wow, Wow. Okay.
NSAS for me, off the top of my head, that's the first thing that came to mind. I wish that never happened.
Yeah, that one day, sha. That one day.
I wish that never happened. But I mean, doesn't mean it's the first one. But I think in terms of recent events and just in the light of even having Gen Zs and seeing a movement that they can also relate to, I think that's more of a current collective annoyance now. Than any other. Well, that's my top. That's my first pick. Anyway, that's my top pick. I've said it.
Uh,
What's yours?
uh. Mine would be, I can't remember the year,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a year in the 50s where a very young politician
Mm.
raised his hand up in the House of Assembly or House of Legislature, whatever had in Parliament at that
Mm-hmm.
time. And this was a race course TBS. That building
Mm-hmm.
is still there today. And a young man raised his hand for motion to declare independence. Right?
Mm.
I would have told Anthony Enahoro, please sit your fucking ass down.
Mm.
Sit your ass down. We are not ready. Mr. Man, sit your eyes down. Go and take Fan Yogo. Go and lick Fan Yogo.
Oh my
We are not ready for this
word.
thing that you are calling. Ogami,
Chai.
please go and sit down. I think that would have been that key event for me in Nigeria. Or Mongo Park coming to Nigeria, just for the sake of it.
Is that shit real though? I
Well,
don't. Is Mongo obviously the theory of Mongo Park finding Nigeria is
yeah,
unreal, but
no, it's not just finding Nigeria for him to
or
like
the
discover
amalgamation.
River Niger on behalf of
Oh,
the Queen or on behalf of England.
what
And
what
I
I'm
go,
what I'm what I'm asking you, the story you're alluding to that you're speaking about, is it
no, it's not amalgamation,
what
it's independence.
okay,
It's
the
independence.
independence, of
The
course. Okay,
independence, yes.
okay,
I think
okay.
we know we should have hustled a little bit more, to have our senses there. I just feel
Please,
to
I'm
me
sorry.
that wasn't we were too young, we were too alter for our
You
independence.
think?
Yes.
I think we're ready. I think we're ready even long before that.
We're not. You know why? Six
Tell
years
me.
after, 6 years after,
Mm.
six
Yeah,
years after there was a coup. Come
there's a
back.
cool. Yeah. There's a war.
Mhm.
There's a cool war.
Yeah. Come on.
It's crazy. That's mad. Me, I feel like we're ready. I just believe that we that's where this our whole ethnic thing even started to grow its
Oh
wings
no.
from.
No, apart from there, it started way before. Way before.
Like I
Because
mean, it probably entered the thick of it.
oh yes, you enter
Like
the
where
thick
they
of
became
it.
physical with it.
So yeah, because it was now the way it was set up, it now became divided along tribal lines. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Awolowo West, Azikiwe, you take East, the other guys
Mm-hmm.
take the North. So it now
Mm-hmm.
became that way. And the West was the first to even start the whole Wahala. Because
Mm-hmm.
somebody like Awolowo, boom. They also the Wild Wild West. You read about Wild Wild West in the 60s. It was actually the Southwest that started this whole instability in this new country of ours. And
I always wondered they were.
wondered what?
I've always wondered what was happening in the West when the war was going on, or pre the war, or
Oh, I read it. I read it. So I interviewed the guy who makes artworks, who used to make fellas album covers. So he
Mm-hmm.
grew up in Nigeria during that period and he was in Lagos. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
I just really shed my eyes. So he said, during the time in the war, they were told not to switch on lights at night. And he told me the reason. He said, because enemy bombers from Biafra, the air, what they call them?
Mm.
Yeah,
The air
the
marshals,
planes.
maybe?
Yeah, the
Mm.
planes that were dropping bombs.
Mm.
That if you switch on the lights, they know where to target. So people were
Wow.
highly discouraged. And there were a few bombing incidents. There was one at a cinema in Lagos. I think somebody died. And some
Wow.
other incidents also. Yeah. And this is why history is very important. Because you just sit down at
It
home
is
and you just
though.
think, oh, nothing really happened, blah, 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 blah. But we are getting there. Little by little,
But
Nigerian
also,
stories being told. Sha.
I feel like it won't depend on who is telling the history now. She no be IBB now, they alive, they tell you
So
history.
what historians do is that they don't take from one account. They take
Mm-hmm.
from everybody's account and they merge it to form one. Because if I give my own version of the war or any incident,
Events.
it will be
Mm-hmm.
different from. So if somebody who was living in Ondo speaks about
Mm-hmm.
the war during that period, it will be different from the narrative somebody who was living in Homa here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the
Mm-hmm.
narrative was different from somebody in the north.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was living in the north at that time, and our
Mm-hmm.
own experience of the war. was different.
Was so different.
Was so
Mm-hmm.
different. It was telling us how they used to hide. They had to hide their Igbo neighbor when the
Mm.
when there were raids and they were looking for Igbo people to kill in the north
Mm.
at that time, and they
Gender.
helped him escape back into the east. Those are different stories that you don't hear. And I
Mm-hmm.
once saw I saw like a video on Twitter where you know people from different parts of the country were saying their own stories about the war during that time. And
Mm-hmm.
that gives you a glimpse of like, oh, this is the totality of the whole story. So that's
Exactly.
history. Because what IBB has done now, bro, that's not history. That is your own telling of the story. Where is
POV.
Abacha? Make
I
Abacha
don't
can't tell you.
understand.
So they can tell you at the end of the.
Abacha link. Abacha is Nigeria's sugar daddy.
Unfortunately, MK is dead. Make MK to go and tell us his own story
Exactly.
too. So we can now have a full grasp of, oh, this is
What
what
really
history.
happened
Because if you leave history to one person, the hunter was successful every day,
every
and the lion,
Sunday.
the lion was killed all the time. But you don't know. The lion talking on too. You will like,
You
ah,
go get
is it like
ski leg.
then I like this we go there. Mhm.
Listen,
Yeah.
for real, for real. But those are good questions. Those are great questions.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Please,
More great
people should send
questions
us
coming next
some.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, so people should
Yeah.
send us fan mail and tell us what their own responses to these questions would be. You guys write to us. Come on.
I would have
Please.
even said, or I would have said, what's her name? Bianca Ojuku should have gone for
Mm,
should have gone for most beautiful girl. Because if she didn't go for most
why?
beautiful girl, she would have married Ojuku and should have been my sugar mommy. But look at how things have turned around. God
The
is good.
unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events. Look at that. But we still had Genevieve, we still had Omotala. We can't cry. God is good.
I've- so there's still hope for you now. One
Yes,
of
we
your
will.
loves will soon,
I've seen
you
Genevieve.
understand?
Genevieve is still looking very mama, forget those
No,
ones. Oh. You go
that's
see
a lady of
as a
glass.
grandmother, you go see collect. Oh. You go collect anyhow.
No, gorgeous.
Hmm.
So good. Is she a grandmother though?
According to rumors, Genevieve is one of the most private individuals on this side of the world.
Let me tell you, I respect her for it.
There's
Respect.
anything you know about Genevieve, she wants you to know. Most of the
Exactly.
things you see from here from her, she wants you to know. That woman is very, very um
Private,
private, yeah,
as
and
should be.
deliberate in what she lets out.
Yes, as should
Yeah.
be. A lot of people should learn that,
She know
because
the cast. That's how. If you don't understand English, she know the cast. Mama know the
for
cast.
real.
Yeah.
Understand.
Okay. A quick
And
topic. Sorry. What do you want to say?
the people around her too don't cast.
Because she selects the people she really rolls with. She has a very tight circle. I know
See,
Oluchi is our paddy. Well,
big
Oluchi,
respect for Genevieve, man.
yeah, Oluchi, the famous Sulere girl that
Beauty,
became a top model.
beauty,
Yeah.
beauty.
Yeah.
Aya, now tell us what's the next topic? What did
One
you
quick
want to
one.
say?
I saw this on Twitter, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the home of gender wars. Everybody,
Mm.
everybody hates men hate women hate women. But if you go to Ikoyi
But they're
registry,
marrying.
but if you go to Ikoyi registry, if you go to restaurants, if you go to all those small hotels during the weekend, everywhere don't book. But anyway, can female only gyms work in Nigeria? Yay or nay?
um, Yay. I think they are actually. I think they're a couple
Yeah, they're a
right now.
couple. But even though
Yeah.
somebody said that the one close to our house has um is no longer
Shut down.
functioning. Yeah, it's a shutdown.
Mm.
I believe you can work in theory, and I
Why?
also believe you can work in practical too. Because I see nothing wrong with having only female only gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to understand that in those public spaces, a lot of women have been harassed. Body autonomy has been taken away. Some women don't feel safe there. And
Mm-hmm.
some men they overdo. Some men are just perverts to go to the gym. They're not carrying any lifts. They just look at Yash down the
Exactly.
treadmill for 40 minutes, doing nothing and roaming around and making calls. I've been to the gym. I've seen prostitutes as men. So I won't use word prostitutes because they're not tax paying, but they are earners.
Mm.
And they are
Mm.
breadwinners. But I see people, men just walking up around, joblessly, aimlessly, looking at women. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, if you maybe a woman is recording herself and you walk past, or while you're walking, her camera records you looking at her, just a glance. I'm not talking about those
Mm,
people. I'm not talking about those people, please. I think that's extreme, you know. But
okay.
those men that just lay, like I can see you walking with a machine. I just look at a glance. Okay, okay, so there's somebody there, which is
Mm-hmm.
different, right? But sometimes on you they put that on TikTok on Twitter, it makes the guy look like a pervert, which is not.
Mm,
You just look. But there's some people that look, that stare,
mm,
and
mm,
there's some people that approach you and all that. I believe
mm,
female only gyms can work, and if necessary, there should be only female only spaces in public gyms or in gyms also, if it is
mm-hmm.
practical for that gym to do that.
Mm.
At the end of the day, I feel so. I think we need to protect women in open spaces as much as possible, especially in this
In
great
every
country of
species.
in this great country of ours, because
In
except church, because church men and women have to commingle,
what?
so that pastor has to be doing office say this month 5 people were married, 5 couples were married. No be church where you go, you no go know, you no go to see the other woman face. No, no, no,
See,
no, no.
that's where women need to be protected the most, safe inside the church.
Oh, from honey pastors. That reminds me. When I was uni, like they
Oh,
had a lot of honey campus pastors that be carrying women up and down, and they would say they are helping pastor. Another
is
topic
it
for
not?
another day.
Is it not just Nigeria that they killed a young lady in a church?
That story is one of the most traumatic stories ever,
So
because
I
when
don't
they
know.
investigated it, it was a woman that paid the guys to kill her. Have you read that? Have you read that
See,
other part of that story before?
I have. However, the
I
cocoa
was,
is that the person was in church.
and guess why she was in church? Can anybody take a wild guess? At
Please
night,
remind
she went there
us.
to read for exams.
Oh yeah, 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 it's true.
She
I
was
remember
raped
that.
and her head was banged several times on the floor till her skull cracked.
See, and
That
that
one,
was her in church.
that is why sometimes I believe in Sharia. Because those ones
Mm.
that I should just arrest
Please
them. There's
don't
no
talk.
need. There's no need. There's no need.
Honestly,
Ask them,
honestly.
just please bring your head down. Go to the guillotine and
Mhm.
let's
Chop
just
it
slice off,
off.
chop it off. There's no need. There's no need.
For real.
Or cut your private part and you bleed to death. I think that's the one I
Small,
prefer.
smaller.
So you feel the pain every day. So you go to feel the pain, you go.
Just a chip at a time.
So
Just
I
so
believe
that,
female only gyms can work.
of
Yeah,
course.
because a lot of women go to the gyms anyway. I would say it's like 50-50 sometimes. It depends on the section where you're in, but I think it's 50-50 membership. To my own lazy eye, because me and but I think it can work at the end of the day. I think it can work.
Fully female gym. No 50-50, fully
Just like
female
how
gym.
only female events work too. Attitude
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
I can't remember the name of the other one. There's a second one also. You
Her
know,
network online.
maybe it's that one. There was that one back in the day. There used to be ladies night out or ladies nights or something
Mm-hmm.
where even up to the bouncer is a woman. You know.
Bella Nigeria even has this one that they do every March 8th, every International Women's Day as well.
Oh, cool.
Um, in fact, big corporations, there's no corporation that knows their onions in Nigeria that doesn't have a female community and celebrates them
Yeah.
throughout,
And
during those periods.
if you feel kind of bad as the man, say why they're only creating female spaces, then you need to get your head checked at the end of the day, or you need to
Go and
understand.
make your
Maybe
own.
maybe just some people are ignorant. They don't know why. So you need to open a book for them and let them with vivid examples on why this show exists. Yeah.
Mm. I don't even have strength today. We reconvene on a different day, but yes, female only gyms can work.
Yeah, female gyms can work, definitely. I
Yeah,
agree to that. Yes.
let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Uh I think that's it. There's no release therapy. Since you people don't want to release, unbody
I'm
your hearts to
sad.
us. you know.
I'm
So we're going to
sad.
wait for release therapy. Hopefully next week you guys drop a bumper package of release therapy mails and also fan mails also, and tell us about what you think
Please.
about IBB's book. Tell us about
Mm,
the events that you think you would have stopped in Nigeria and other things. Let
yes.
us even know how your week went. How you're chilling out there in Nigeria, or you could be abroad. Let us know. Give us a glimpse of Nigerian life abroad. And we're not talking
You
about
know what I
UK,
mean?
because UK is Nigeria. It's UK is Lagos. We're not talking about
Annex.
in America. It depends on the state. If it's Texas, no. If it's
Yeah.
Atlanta, no, no.
Texas is big. Oh.
Give us New Orleans. Give us some places. Give us Alaska.
Ohio or
Ohio, all those
Detroit.
places. But if you give me Texas or Atlanta, oh, sorry, that's like the 60 Igbo states. There's no
Don't
difference at
kill
the end of the
me.
day. Hey, shout out to our Igbo brothers there. Okay,
They-
before we wrap up, what do you want to say?
And they say Nigerians don't go to the places where they are not welcome. That's why we don't hear a lot of Nigerians in these areas or saturated in these places. In this,
Yeah, I really want to know why a lot of Nigerians are in Texas. I know why there are a lot in Atlanta, but I want to know why there are a lot
they
in
said
Texas.
the weather is good.
Oh, it be like Nigerian weather. That's true.
Yeah, the weather is
Mm,
good for one.
okay,
There's some other
okay.
reasons, sha, but yes.
All
Uh,
right, all right, all right.
The laws are better as well.
Oh yes,
For
I know
certain
that.
things.
I believe the income tax in Texas is quite lower. I'm not.
Lower. Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you go to Los Angeles or New York, bro, they're working for the government. Though.
You're enjoying. You're balling. Ballers. I want ball. Odiodogu. You understand? But yeah, you keep it.
Okay, flop of the week. Flop of the week has to go to the GC on himself, the one
Who
and
flop?
only IBB Maradona, Evil Genius.
Listen,
There are a lot of things he said on that book that I
you're
can't say
truly
now
evil.
because if I say them now, DSS will pick me up.
I
But read
beg
the book
you.
and also do your research on Google and make up your mind. But this book that IBB has released is a work of fiction, according to me, because you cannot come out
Mm,
all these years and now be making all these claims when all the key
mm,
characters and key principal actors have passed away. You do not shave a
exactly.
man's hair in his presence, like my people will say.
Absence.
So, IBB, you try to now canonize yourself or now gain some kind of sainthood. It's not what. First of all, the Pope is sick. You know, even he doesn't have the time for that one now, Steph. So all these saints, this whitewashing you want to do about your life, sorry, man, it's gone. It is gone. And because of that, our former military leader deserves the flop of the week. And the prop of the week has to go to a Nigerian doing great things abroad. I believe it's abroad. I hope it's abroad. Because you cannot be dealing with robotics and never be taking light and you're looking for fuel. But anyway, a young man called Salas Adekunle, a 34-year-old Nigerian engineer, made history as the world's highest paid robotics engineer with Mechamon, the first intelligent gaming robot. Adekunle was born in Lagos, Nigeria, and moved to the UK, like I suspected. As a teenager, he developed a passion for robotics while studying at the University of the West of England, where he
Mm,
specialized in robotics and artificial intelligence. In
okay.
2013, he co-founded Rich Robotics, aiming to merge gaming with robotics and augmented reality. His breakthrough came in 2018 when he secured a major deal with Apple, making Mechamon the first gaming robot sold in Apple stores. The achievement positioned him as a leading figure in robotics and innovation, making him the world's highest paid robotic engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is once you leave a certain environment where NEPA is still
Hey,
dealing with you, you will flourish. Sas Adekule, thank you very much for waving the Nigerian flag high. God bless you for all that you do. And keep up great innovations in robotics. And yeah, that
I
is it.
want to.
This is a world class Nigerian doing things great abroad, and because it doesn't have to deal with uh, inflation and NEPA. We'll go over to you.
Thank you very much. It's very. He didn't. He doesn't. Mm-mm. The
Easy,
reason,
easy.
one of the reasons he's thriving is because he's from a country like Nigeria. First of all, premium
Stretch,
people all the
stretch,
way. Number one,
stretch, sister.
right? Do you
Mm.
understand? And see, we sometimes underestimate. Not that I'm saying that it is great the way the country is. However, we have proven time and time again to be able to push barriers regardless of shortcomings or drawbacks or whatever it is, obstacles that have been in our way. And this is just proof to show that Nigerians are truly premium. DNA, no, they lie, DNA is written and we're premium for real.
All
That's it.
right.
Whether you're here or anywhere. See, you know that the truth is that we're in the 234 right now. I know me, I don't know Nigerian slander,
Okay.
except it's important.
All
They lie.
right.
All slander is important.
Or unless it's Maradona
No, we
himself.
believe in Nigeria. No, we believe in
Okay.
it. See, this 2025, you guys, for posterity's sake, we believe that Nigeria is going to be, those shortcomings shall be solved soon enough.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Yes,
Amen.
but big shout
Mm.
out to this
Mr.
young Nigeria
Salas. Yeah.
women.
Okay.
Yes.
We've come to the end of things, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you had a blast, had a fun episode about Nigeria about books of fiction that have been turned to books of facts, and
Mm.
the gender dynamic war that is happening in Nigeria once again. Let us know your thoughts about everything we said today and everything that is on your mind pertaining to Nigeria and your personal life also, including your love life, release therapy. You can send your fan mail to farming@234essential.com and it will be read on the next pod. Thank you very
See
much.
you guys. Also, do not forget that you can do a noble thing and donate to the cause.
Ching ching.
Click the link in our show notes, toggle it, be nice, show love, give love. God is love. So, important. Also, follow us on every social media platform, subscribe to our newsletters. Again, also, more than anything, brush your teeth and be kind. Don't kill people.
Peace out. We're good.